We grew our digital product business to over $4,711 a day, and a big part of that was knowing what not to do. In this video, I'm sharing the 5 digital product mistakes nobody warns you about, and how you can skip them to launch faster and scale smarter. If you've seen our other channel, Molly Kaiser's, this is the kind of growth we're talking about here. Whether you want an extra $1,000 a month or you're aiming for a 6-figure income, this video is going to show you what most people do get wrong and also what you can do right. So let's dive in. So if you're spending weeks or even months creating your digital product before you've even made a single sale, I want to stop you right there. One of the biggest mistakes I see new digital product creators make is building a product upfront without knowing if people are going to buy it. They're not validating the idea and the concept that people will actually buy. This is risky, exhausting, and honestly often unnecessary. Instead, what you want to do and put all of your focus into is pre-selling. Think of it like selling tickets to an event, right? Nobody expects the concert to happen and for them to go to it before they've purchased the ticket. You sell access, people enroll, and then you deliver on what you promised you would. And that's it. This way you're avoiding all of the unnecessary work without knowing if it's gonna make you money. So think about it this way. You're gonna create a simple checkout page in System.io. We love, and that's what we use here on this channel. It's such a great platform and it gives you everything you need to build and sell a digital product. This tool makes it so easy to collect payment without needing a full website. So to this checkout page, you're going to add your product title, the price, and your guarantee. Then you're going to go ahead and promote your offer via email or YouTube for 1 to 2 weeks. You're going to want to give people a deadline to act and to purchase while also sharing your enthusiasm genuinely. People know, sense, and love when you are genuine and when you're excited. So when you compare those two things, it's going to help people along a little bit further. What people love even more is personal stories and sneak peeks. So add both personal stories and sneak peeks into this marketing to build that excitement on their end. So if it's a workshop or a training, this is when you're going to go ahead and host your live product. You can host it on either Zoom or Google Meet. Make sure you schedule a clear time and date to keep it super simple. People need super simple. And remember, you do not need any fancy technology. You really just want to deliver true value. And then what's great is you can record this and then repurpose this content as your evergreen digital product. So you just created one product and sold it, but this is going to be something that you can sell continuously on and on and on. So you're going to go ahead and edit out all the fluff, all the extra stuff that wasn't really that necessary. Then you're going to go ahead over to Canva, free platform. You're going to brand it up with your branding, make it pretty a little bit. Don't go crazy here. Don't focus too much on the visuals, but spruce it up a little bit. And then you're going to go ahead and upload it to the course platform where you can continue to sell it. Now you have a product you can sell on autopilot. This is key. This is part of scaling. So pre-selling, huge, but it's not about cutting corners. It's about building smarter. You want to be smarter and you don't want to just do all of the things and what everybody's out there doing. No. You are going to be smarter so you can scale smarter and easier for your business. Pre-selling saves you time, it increases your confidence, and it gives you the feedback you truly need to create something valuable. This way, you know it's valuable, they feel it's valuable, so it's a win-win for you and your customers. Leave a comment down below if you've ever launched a digital product and just heard crickets. I guarantee you are not the only one. And if you want to learn our entire process for creating and selling your own digital products, along with copy scripts, Canva templates, and other done-for-you tools, be sure to check out the free training linked in the description below this video. Now, if you're holding off on launching until you get the perfect branding, honestly, you might be waiting forever. This is the procrastination trap disguised as productivity. We all know it too well. So many creators feel like they need the full logo, a custom brand guide, a full website, or an entire visual identity to even just begin. But here's the truth. None of these things are actually required to hit and make your first $10,000. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me on this one. Again, how are we going to do this? What am I talking about? So we want to start out by creating a simple checkout page on System.io. Again, this platform is golden. They have so many templates there that are just simple plug and play, so you don't have to think about creating it from scratch. And they allow you to focus on your message rather than your design. Again, We're not focusing on design and pretties and aesthetics here. We need to focus on the message and pulling people in. To that checkout page, you're going to go ahead and add your headline, your subheadline, 3 to 5 bullet points of value, a testimonial or a beta test offer, and of course your checkout button. This minimal layout converts so well, and again, it keeps the page focused on results and the message, not the aesthetics and the prettiness of it. You're going to make sure that your copy is focused on being clear, concise, direct. You want it to make sure that it's speaking directly to one specific person who has one specific problem and the solution to that problem. You want to make sure that this message isn't to everyone. You don't want somebody to read this and be like, okay, I and everybody else can use this. No, you want somebody to look at this and be like, oh my gosh, this is an issue that I've been having and I have not seen anybody with a solution for it. This was made for me. Now, although we're not focusing on the aesthetics and the prettiness and all of the perfect branding, you want to make sure to use customer language and focus on the transformation over the features of your product. Focus on what they're going to get at the end of using this product. How are they going to transform? What is their outcome going to be? Not all of the specific features of the specific product. And now you're going to use Canva, again, free tool, use it guys. And you're going to use one of their templates to create a mock-up of your product instead of hiring a designer, because we do not need all of these extra steps. Although we're not focused on the aesthetics and the perfect branding, you can create a polished ebook cover, a checklist, or mock-up in under 30 minutes using their simple drag and drop tools. So again, we're not focusing on perfect branding here, perfect aesthetics, but of course we want something to look polished and neat, especially the cover, and you can do that with Canva. So start where you are with what you have available to you, because checkouts convert, okay? Like they actually work, but what works even better is value. Showcase your value, showcase what they're gonna get out of it, what their transformation is gonna be, not how many pages it is, not how many specific prompts and things are within the actual, no. They don't care about that. They just wanna know that they can get to the end and get something from it. And remember, you can always upgrade your visuals and your aesthetics later on down the line. Focus on your messaging and your outcomes, because those are the real brand builders here. Okay, now I know this sounds super generous, but offering lifetime access can actually create way more problems than it solves. Lifetime is vague and oftentimes unsustainable. It confuses customers, it overcommits you as the creator, and it creates logistical issues if your platform that you're using to sell the product on changes or evolves. I've personally had this happen to me where the platform changed, evolved, I didn't know, and next thing I knew, my customers were reaching out to me like, hey, I no longer have access to this, I can no longer sign in, I can no longer get access to the thing I paid for, and I'm like, oh, okay, my bad. And it makes you look bad because you're supposed to be the owner of that product. In their eyes, you are the owner and you have full control. So when you don't know what's going on behind the scenes because the platform you are using is causing this to happen, it doesn't look great on you. So what are we gonna do? Well, you wanna offer 6 to 12 month access with a clearly defined support deadline. Now that is really, really important. You're gonna give them a deadline to which you can support them in, and it gives them a clear outline of what to expect all the time. You're setting those clear expectations for them. And also, this is a really cool part too, it gives customers a reason to engage right away. You wanna create that right now, right here, get this before it's gone sense, right? And if you tell them, hey, you'll get this for 6 to 12 months, they're like, okay, I want this solution now. And they get it within 6 to 12 months. And then you can also add an optional upgrade path, like continued access or group coaching down the line. You can even create a low ticket monthly membership or a coaching add-on that continues revenue beyond that initial sale. This is great again because it helps them even further and it continues to allow you to receive and create more income for yourself. You want to clearly communicate expectations early on in your email and your checkout page. More specifically, your welcome email. So this way it's like, hey, welcome, this is what to expect, right? The earlier, the better. Let people know when the access ends and also how they can save downloads or get help from you. This way, it's like, hey, you're not getting me forever all the time, access to me whenever you want, but this is when you do. So they know right off the bat that they do get you, but you're setting those boundaries, and that's so important for your time and your energy as a creator. And this is great because within System.io, you can actually automate access expiration. So this prevents manual removals on your end, And again, reinforces boundaries smoothly and efficiently without you having to do extra work. Give people what they need to succeed, not forever, but for long enough so that they get to see results. It makes your offer more sustainable, valuable, and scalable. Something that I want you to remember as a creator is that your time is super valuable. So do not just give it away like it's unlimited. Promising too much ongoing support can easily kind of lead to burnout and even refund requests if you can't fulfill that. So we need to make sure that we're not promising something we cannot deliver on without hurting ourselves. You want to design support structures that are helpful to the customer, of course, but scalable for you. So consider doing these things. Limit your live calls to once a month and allow pre-submitted questions. This keeps you out of constant Zoom calls, and when you have the questions beforehand, you can prepare. So it's saving you time on the call. And this way you have really insightful, thoughtful answers in advance, which helps the customer even more. Think about creating a FAQ or start here video to reduce those repetitive support questions that you're likely going to get from a handful of people. You can post these inside your product portal or even in your email sequence. You can use community support tools like Skool with posted office hours. Remember, you are a business, you have a brand, so you should treat it as such with office business hours. And this also allows group learning without having to sit down with everybody one-on-one all the time. Those are great. Those have their place and you should implement them if you have any kind of coaching. But when you have these community hours and places where people can see, like, I have access to this person at this time, it allows people to understand your boundaries and creates more structure for them. And anytime somebody has structure, they're going to see better results to the end goal. And then you can batch record answers to common questions and send them via email or via your course updates. Every so often, you can update your course if you feel you need to add something or better something, and then you email everybody who has that, letting them know there's an update and what's within the update. This is going to build an evolving resource library, and it helps customers at scale on a big level. So just remember to be honest, be clear, and under promise but over deliver. I love that. I think that's so important because you're telling them what you're going to do, but you're actually giving them more. That is exactly how you build a brand with integrity and protect your peace as the owner. So far, I've shared 4 mistakes and we have one more really good one to go. But if you want to discover the perfect profitable digital product for you, you can download our totally free profitable digital product discovery bot. You can raise prices anytime, but starting too high can actually stall your momentum. So premium pricing, if you have that, requires trust. People have to trust you in order to pay a premium. When you're just starting out, your audience might not have enough social proof yet to justify paying for a $297 plus offer, right? Like $297 seems like a lot to people who don't necessarily trust you yet. So you want to launch with something like a $27 to $97 beta offer, and you want to frame it as a founding member or founder opportunity. This lowers the risk for the buyer, but also gives you that momentum that you need. Remember to use urgency. This works so well. It's such a great sales tactic, if you will, and psychology shows it really works. So something like an early bird deadline or limited access, limited spots, and this is going to help you increase your conversions as well. And keep in mind that time-sensitive offers prompt faster decisions on their end, and that's always a win. You want to collect testimonials and feedback that you can use as proof to increase your price point later. Ask them for a 1 to 2 sentence quote after they've completed the product. You can do this by sending out an email after X amount of time, or you can directly reach out to them yourself. Because you don't always want to stay in the $27 to $97 range, right? You do, and you will eventually get to the $297 offer. But people need to trust you. People need to understand that you have proof of helping people in order to pay that price point. Now, once you have people that have joined your lower ticket offer, $27 to $97 offer, and they've seen a result, they've seen a transformation from that, they can then tell you, hey, yeah, I think so. I think this really works. Actually, I know it really worked for me. Take that testimonial and you're gonna put that on your checkout page. You're gonna put that in your content, in your long form content, in your email sequences going forward, so people that come in new can understand that you have a track record of proof. Now they're going to trust you more to pay $297. So start slow, deliver a massive value, and then you scale from there. That's how this all works. Focus on providing results and then let your pricing grow with your reputation. So if you avoid these 5 mistakes, you'll move faster, you'll create smarter, and build a business that's actually fun to run. Mistakes are not failures, guys. Remember that. Mistakes are not failures, but avoiding them gives you a head start. And if you want to shortcut your success, get all of our plug and play tools, and finally launch with confidence, check out our free masterclass. It's linked below. Now that you know the 5 digital product mistakes and nobody warns you about, you might be wanting to learn how to start selling digital products with $0 cost up front. But how do you do that? Well, it all starts by watching this next video here, because when you pair what you just learned with what's in this video, it is way more powerful. I will see you in the next video.